Hey everyone, it's Dr. Detroit here, the doctor is in. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of The Wonders of Painting. You may have noticed that we've kind of changed the orientation of the room a little bit. Don't worry, I'm still the same old me, and we got ourselves another opportunity to make another great little painting. So you guys ready to go? Of course. Let's have them run all the colors at the side of the screen that you might need to paint along with me. And while they do that, let's take a look at the canvas really quickly. So once again, we got an 18 by 24 inch canvas. I've covered it in a thin coat of liquid white or just white paint. That makes the canvas all wet and slick, and it makes it ready for us to get going. So let's see. I think today, let's just have a little fun here. Let's start with a little bit of titanium white. Mix that with a little bit of blue. Let's or actually with a little bit of black. I'm sorry. With a little bit of white, bring in a little bit of blue and some white. There we go. Alright, now, with this thing here, let's just dance in this, great little sky. Just bring the colors down. There we go. Let's get a little touch up here. Just dancing a little sky in here. Don't need to worry about anything. We can also do like little circles and things like that. And you know what? This looks like a really overcast day, and I think I kind of like that. So now what we're going to do is we're actually now going to make a little ground area. We're going to go right into the groundwork. So I think for this we need a touch of the alizarin crimson. We're going to take a little bit of cad yellow, and I think let's add a little touch of bright red. There we go. That's what we're looking for. And now we're going to do this. We're going to come down here. I'm going to just start bringing in our ground area. There we go. So this is going to be our little area. I kind of don't know what this area is going to be just yet. But let's just make a little something here. And then, let's see. Let's go ahead and wash off the old brush. Odorless paint thinner. Shake off the excess. Then just beat the devil out of it. Now, we're going to come back in here on the orange. We're just going to blend this a little bit. I'm going to take this right up into here, just to kind of let the colors blend. Take out all those brush strokes that we did. There we go. Kind of cool, isn't that? Alright. So now with that same old dirty brush, we're going to come over here to this side, and I kind of think, let's just get a little crazy here. I'm going to take a little bit of sap green, or excuse me, bright green, I should say. Or I believe it's not phthalo green. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm blanking on this, but we'll go ahead and take a little bit of that. Then go with a little touch of midnight black. We're going to come up in here. I'm just going to go ahead and dance in a field. Nice little grassy area right in this area. There we go. We don't need to worry too much about this going here. In fact, maybe the grass is a little bit overgrown. Let's say we just do it like this. Just take a little touch of the brush. Just let the brush do its thing. There we go. Alright, wash off the brush again. And then just beat the heck out of it. Now then, let's take care of this area right here. And you know what I think I want to do? I want to create sort of like a gravel path. So in order to do that, we're going to take a little bit, actually we're going to load the brush with the Indian yellow, mix it with some cad yellow to brighten it up a little bit, a little bit of white in there, and a little bit of black, and just the littlest amount of alizarin crimson. That's what we want. Now we're just going to come up in here, and I think, well, let's go ahead and put this right in here. We're going to just go right here. I'm just going to create sort of like a nice little path in a way. There we go. This is kind of our little field path right here. It doesn't have to be too, weird, but also we can kind of let it, blend in with everything. Okay, so then after that, we're gonna hit it with a little touch of the titanium white, and I'm going to brighten it up just a little bit with a little bit of cad yellow. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a little touch of stuff here to give it a little detail. Just a nice little touch. You know what's kind of cool is that fall is on the way. For some of you, fall is already there and you've already got your pumpkin. Well, it'll probably be dead by the time that this episode comes out. But at the same time, you start to smell the greatness of fall. And with that same old thing, we're going to come over here and just do the same thing over to this side. Because now the grass is about to get a little bit dirty. There we go. Okay. Don't need to beat the devil out of that one. But now what we need to do is we need to take care of this path. And to do this, we're going to go ahead and use my palette knife. So I'm going to go ahead and make a little touch of the midnight black. Go with the Prussian blue, a little bit of white. And let's see. I think that'll actually look good. Let's get a little more white there. There we go. Now, decide where this path is going to go. Decide where it starts. I'm going to say it starts right about here. And we're just going to go up and straight down. Perfect. Now we take our 2-inch brush, and we are now just going to come in here, and we're going to blend this in. There's nothing on the brush here, so we're just kind of blending this path in. There we go. Look at that. See how it's blending with the white? So now this is our little gravel path. It'll take us over here to the pumpkin patch. There we go. Okay, now we need to put something way in the back there. So we're gonna go ahead and take this little guy. We're just gonna create, oh, you know what? Why don't we just get a little crazy with this? Why not? So we're gonna take alizarin crimson, mix it with some bright red. Really load the brush in. Take a little touch of the black. Not too much though, because the black will eat this up. Now, let's put something way in the back here. Let's just go ahead and make sort of like a barn. That's just way back here. Way back in the distance. There we go. There we go. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to make this go up a little bit. So I'm going to put a little roof here, like so. There we go. Now, we're gonna make it a little bit darker there. So I'm gonna take some more of the midnight black, just to kind of kill it a little bit. And then just kind of come here, and this is going to be kind of the roof. We're being really cautious here. We don't want to be too aggressive with this. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to take our fan brush, and I'm just going to come in here, and I'm just going to kind of, like, go over it a little bit. As you can see, just kind of give it a little bit of personality. Just a little bit. Nothing too much. And we'll just come down here. There we go. And look at this. Now it looks really cool. Wash off the brush again. And then we're going to take this very same brush, and this thing needs like a door. So we load up some titanium white. I'm just going to come over here, and I'm going to just do a little, not too big, just like right in this area. Right there. Beautiful. And we'll just put like a little X of some sort right there. Beautiful. Okay, now we have ourselves a really great thing here. So now let's see what else we want to do here. I think, well, what's a pumpkin patch without pumpkins? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our circle brush here, and we're gonna make some orange. So I'm gonna go into the bright red, mix it with a little bit of the cad yellow. There we go. That's that bright color we want. And now we go ahead and we just brush it in like this. Hold on, let's make it a little bit brighter. Let's give it a little bit more. There we go. There we go. There is one pumpkin, 2 pumpkins, and you can put as many pumpkins or as little as you want. Doesn't matter. It does not matter how many pumpkins you want in there. I like a patch of a lot of pumpkins, baby. There we go. Okay. You really have to clean this brush out, otherwise it's going to get all sticky and everything. Now then, let's say we do something else too. Like, let's go ahead and make like a little white fence of some sort. Let's go ahead and put a fence around here. So to make the fence, how about we make it a little bit of brown? So we're gonna go for the Indian yellow. Indian yellow is a really nice color. You just need a little touch of different things to kind of punch it up. So we hit it with a little bit of the midnight black, the bright red. We're not using alizarin crimson in here because it's actually going to be too dark. You don't want to set the world on fire. All right, now let's check this out. Now, decide where the fence posts are going to go. Let's say one lives right here. Hold on, we need a little bit more pizzazz than that, so I'm going to hit a little bit of the bright red. Let's see if that'll work. Let's come back here. We kind of accidentally made it there. So let's bring in a little bit more of the titanium white. There we go. Now we just make our little fence post here. There we go. And now we're just going to go right this way. So there's our first part of the fence. Let's go back over here and get a little touch there. So there's our first part right there. There we go. Okay. Now then. Whoops. Now, there is something that we need to kind of do over here on this side, because this side, it looks mighty lonely there. So, you know what? What if there was like a mountain of some sort? Let's make a nice mountain coming down this way. So we're going to go into some phthalo blue, our old friend phthalo blue, hit it with a little touch of the Prussian blue, and then put some titanium white on it. There we go. Now, decide where the mountain's gonna come from, but this is also too where the shadows are gonna be. So we're gonna start right here and bring it down just like that. Then I'm gonna take the 2-inch brush and I'm just going to go ahead and blend. Just nice and easy. Maybe this mountain kind of comes down a little bit. Like maybe it just kind of stops right about here. So there we go. Now another thing we can do too is this. We can also add a shadow to this, just to kind of show where everything is. So I'm going to take the phthalo blue again, but this time I'm going to only hit it with 2 bits of the Prussian blue. Okay, now decide where the shadow is going to be. Where does your shadow come? I think the shadow is going to come from right here. I'm just going to kind of bring this down like that. See that? It's not too fancy, and also we're not going to mess too much with this. I'm going to go ahead and take a fan brush. I'm just going to give it a little bit of blending. There we go. But what we kind of done is that we've actually kind of made a little tricky deal, but that's okay. We're not too concerned about what this thing should look like at this point, because it's your little world, and with your little world, you can do whatever you want. Now, we're going to do this. This is an overcast kind of deal, but why don't we add a few extra clouds in here? Let's just really go in with the clouds. So I'm gonna hit it with some white, a little bit of black, and maybe let's go ahead and do a little touch of the yellow back to the white. Okay. I don't think that's actually going to work, so let's wash off our brush for a second. We're going to go ahead and just do a little bit of white. Let's just go ahead and make some very white clouds. So I'm just going to come here and just going to do a little, just the littlest touch right about there. And then maybe something, there's a straggler over here. Okay, wash off the brush again. And just beat the devil out of it one more time. And now I'm just going to come in here, and I'm just going to blend this. I'll just go ahead and make some very oddball shapes. Now it doesn't matter if it kind of goes off into the distance or something like that, because clouds can be very fun to paint. And clouds can also be very fun to just kind of mess with. There we go. And now with the same brush, I'm just going to come back in here. I'm just going to blend this a little bit. There we go. We just need a little touch over here just to kind of make some stragglers. There we go. There we go. Kind of cool. And now, the last thing we need to do for this little painting, well, you know we gotta do this. Let's take a little bit of the Indian yellow, mix it with a little bit of the phthalo green, and let's come back in here and let's just make a few small trees that are just in the background. Just some nice little buggers right there. Hold on. Let's get a little bit more of that bright green. Let's just give it a little bit better something. There we go. See, look at that. That little extra bit of green gave us the opportunity to make some trees in the back. Just some simple trees. You can put as many or as little as you want in your painting. It doesn't matter. There we go. And then for the final touch there, I'm going to take some white. I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to go really careful here. I'm just going to tap it just a little bit. Tap it just a hair. There we go. Right there. Perfect. Cool. That's what we're looking for. Alright. In the amount of time that you guys have been watching this and have been seeing all this great features and things like that, you have unlocked the wonders of painting. So now I take my signature brush. I'm just going to go ahead and we always got to sign it. There we go. Right then. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Wonders of Painting. I know some of you have been enjoying this. Well, I'm here to tell you there'll be plenty more where that came from. If you guys want to see more of this, make sure you hit the like button, don't forget to comment, and also subscribe. And I'll see you all next time in the next episode of The Wonders of Painting. Until then, take care, God bless, and as Bob always said, happy painting. Bye-bye.